Bitcoin, like Jeff was saying, there's this wheel of history that happens. Like think about Rome, obviously, is a good example of this, where it does just start to fall apart when the people start to revolt. And Bitcoin kind of breaks that wheel because it's never existed before. And that's what I loved about Jeff's piece. And so, Jeff, that piece again, the finding signal in a noisy world. What is the noise? Like, what would you characterize as the noise?
And that's actually why once you actually understand what's happening, you can tune out of all of that noise, and you have to think about. But I think about just really simply, money is information, and all it is information. It describes what you really want. You don't actually want more money. You think you want more money, but you're actually asking for more money to describe what you really want. And that might be more time with your family. That might be more love because you think that you abstract money. Having more money means other people will respect you more. It might mean a whole bunch of things, but you're actually taking the information that money is carrying to describe why you want the money. So if money is just information describing what you really want, and you have manipulation of information, so you have misinformation in money, then as a byproduct in a world that's connected, especially around technology where it's connected at light speed, then you must have misinformation cascading everywhere in the world at light speed. And inside that, you will have these pockets of people believing one theory or believing another because they're all looking through that misinformation. And if I'm being in going down that rabbit hole in understanding that misinformation, then you have to put yourself inside that too. And you realize, okay, well, I might be suspect to the same misinformation as well. And everybody that I'm talking to in Bitcoin might be suspect to that. So you have to do a lot of work to say, am I outside that misinformation? And you have to go down to a first principles level to understand why Bitcoin is different. And it actually is based on truth. It's based on hope. It's based on abundance. It's a different system outside of that existing system. Now, what I just said there is a hard thing to wrap your head around because we don't think of money as information. We don't think about that. We live on top of a broken system, and we experience the world. Our house goes up each year. We think about our family. We could get a better job. We could try to get a raise. We don't think about the plumbing underlying that system very often, and what that could mean, or that the information hierarchy in that money could break everything else. And so it unwinds a whole bunch of your when we talk about going down the rabbit hole, and why that's a tough thing for people, because they have to give up a whole bunch of former things they believed in to be able to understand what's happening. But once you're there and you realize the existing system that would spectacularly collapse globally without more misinformation and money, because the debt is unrepayable. $400 trillion of debt. If you paid back a debt $1 a second, it would take you 32,000 odd years to pay back 1 trillion. So
Oh, man.
400 trillion it's already insolvent, right? It's already insolvent. So the only reason that everything exists today is because we grant authorities an ability to create misinformation and money, more manipulation of money. The only reason. And once you understand that, and you understand what Bitcoin will obviate the need to, and it'll transition a new system, then you realize the existing system is going to get a lot noisier. It has to, because it's at risk of something that offers better results to the planet and removing power from the people who control the existing system. It's at risk. So if that happened and you controlled all the strings of that existing system, whether it was you telling yourself, if you didn't do it, people would starve, or if you told yourself any sort of reason to be able to retain control of that, you can realize that there's, to Troy's point, there will be a fight against that system. And if Bitcoin could be stopped, then it would have already been stopped, because the existing system we live in is 10,000 times bigger than Bitcoin today. And Bitcoin is more decentralized, more secure today than it was last year, year before. Keeps getting, so it's moving. and that's why it transitions the world to this new path. And the view, I don't think about Bitcoin price going up, you know this, Sam, but I think about everything just because it should describe all other things inside the system, and it can't be manipulated. So it's all other things falling in price against Bitcoin over time.